The morning of my wedding, I opened the garment bag containing my dress. The dress I'd spent 8 months choosing. The dress I'd saved for. The dress that was supposed to make me feel like a bride. Inside the bag was a clown costume. Bright red nose, rainbow wig, oversized polka dot pants, giant shoes. My maid of honor, Sarah, gasped, "What the hell is that?" I stared at it. Then I started laughing, not crying. Laughing, because I knew exactly who'd done this. My future mother-in-law, Patricia Montgomery, the woman who'd spent the past year trying to stop this wedding, who'd told me I wasn't good enough for her son, who'd said I'd ruin the family name. She'd replaced my wedding dress with a clown costume, thinking I'd cancel the wedding, run away crying, prove her right that I didn't belong. I pulled out the costume, looked at Sarah. "Get my makeup artist. Tell her we're doing something different today." "You're not seriously—" "I'm wearing it. I'm walking down that aisle in this clown costume, and I'm going to thank Patricia for the gift, right in front of everyone." What happened next? She never saw it coming. If you've ever had a mother-in-law try to sabotage your wedding, stay with me until the end. Your support means everything to me. Hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Have you ever turned someone's cruel prank into your power move? Let's talk about it. Now back to my story. Let me give you some context. My name is Emma Harrison. I'm 28 years old, and I was marrying Daniel Montgomery, the love of my life. Daniel and I met 4 years ago at a charity fundraiser. I was a social worker. He was a corporate lawyer. Different worlds. But we clicked instantly. He was kind, funny, down to earth despite coming from money. We dated for 3 years before he proposed. It was perfect. Then I met his mother. Patricia Montgomery was old money, country club memberships, designer everything, the kind of woman who judges you by your shoes and your last name. I grew up middle class. My dad was a teacher, my mom was a nurse. We were comfortable but not wealthy. I worked my way through college, paid my own bills, lived in a modest apartment. To Patricia, I was everything wrong. Not from the right family, not from the right background, not good enough for her precious son. The first time we met, she looked me up and down and said, "So you're the social worker? How noble." It went downhill from there. She tried everything to break us up. Introduced Daniel to more suitable women, threw parties and didn't invite me. Made comments about my clothes, my job, my family. Daniel stood up for me, every time. "Mom, I love Emma. We're getting married. You can accept it or not, but it's happening." When we got engaged, Patricia went into overdrive. She tried to take over the wedding planning, wanted it at her country club, with her guest list, her vendors, her vision. I politely declined. "Thank you, Patricia, but Daniel and I want something smaller, more intimate, more us." She was furious. "You're making a mistake. A Montgomery wedding should be elegant, grand, not some backyard affair." "It's not a backyard affair. It's a garden ceremony at a beautiful venue with 80 guests, people we actually know and love. You're embarrassing the family." "I'm marrying your son. If that embarrasses you, that's your problem, not mine." She didn't speak to me for 2 months after that. Then, 3 weeks before the wedding, she suddenly became nice, apologetic. "Emma, I've been terrible. I'm sorry. I want to help. What can I do?" I was suspicious, but Daniel was hopeful. "Maybe she's really trying, Em. Maybe she's accepted us." I wanted to believe him, so I let my guard down. "Actually," I said, "I could use help with the dress storage. I'm keeping it at the venue the night before, but I won't be there early morning. Could you make sure it gets to the bridal suite safely?" She smiled, sweet, innocent. "Of course, I'd be honored." That should have been my first red flag. The morning of my wedding, I woke up excited, nervous, happy. Sarah, my maid of honor, and 2 bridesmaids were with me in the bridal suite. "Okay," Sarah said, "let's get you into that dress." The garment bag was hanging in the closet. Patricia had delivered it an hour earlier, knocked on the door, handed it to Sarah. "The dress, as promised. Good luck today, Emma." I should have checked it then, but I was getting my hair done, distracted, trusting. Sarah unzipped the bag. Her face went white. "Emma, you need to see this." I walked over, looked inside, and saw the clown costume, red and white striped shirt, Oversized polka dot pants, suspenders, rainbow wig, red nose, giant shoes. My bridesmaid stood frozen, shocked, waiting for me to react. I pulled out the costume, examined it. Then I started laughing. She actually did it. She actually replaced my wedding dress with a clown costume. Sarah grabbed my shoulders. Em, breathe. We'll fix this. We'll call the dress shop. They can bring a sample. We'll postpone the ceremony. No. What? We're not postponing. I'm getting married today. In this. In the clown costume? In the clown costume. My bridesmaids thought I'd lost my mind. Emma, you can't walk down the aisle in a clown costume. Why not? Patricia went to the trouble of picking it out, swapping the bags, sabotaging my wedding day. The least I can do is wear her gift. But everyone will see exactly. Everyone will see what she did. Everyone will know she replaced my wedding dress with a clown costume. And I'll walk down that aisle with my head high, because I'm not going to let her win. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cancel. I'm going to marry Daniel in a clown costume. And I'm going to thank her for it, in front of all her country club friends. Sarah stared at me. Then she started grinning. You're serious. Completely serious. This is the most savage thing I've ever heard. Patricia wanted to humiliate me, make me look like a fool, ruin my wedding, but I'm taking her weapon and making it mine. She doesn't get to control this day. I do. One of my bridesmaids spoke up. If you're doing this, we're doing it with you. We'll find clown accessories. Make it a statement. I hugged them. No, you wear your beautiful dresses. Look elegant. I'll be the only clown. It makes the point stronger. I called my makeup artist. Change of plans. I need you to do my makeup flawless, classic, beautiful, like I'm wearing the most expensive wedding dress in the world. Can you do that? Of course. Why? You'll see. For the next 2 hours, we transformed me. My hair was perfect, elegant updo, fresh flowers woven in. My makeup was flawless, natural, glowing, bridal perfection. And then I put on the clown costume. The contrast was surreal. Beautiful face, elegant hair, polka dot pants, and giant shoes. Sarah took photos. This is going to go viral. Good. Let it. Let everyone see what Patricia Montgomery does to people she doesn't approve of. My mom called. Honey, we're about to start. Are you ready? Almost. Mom, I need to tell you something. There was an issue with my dress. What kind of issue? Patricia replaced it with a clown costume. Silence. Then, she what? She swapped the garment bags. My dress is gone. I have a clown costume. That horrible woman. We'll postpone. We'll find you another dress. No, Mom. I'm wearing the costume. I'm walking down that aisle, and I'm getting married today. Emma, you can't. Yes, I can, and I will. Tell Dad I'm ready. I'll explain everything later. I hung up before she could argue. At 3 p.m., the music started. My bridesmaids walked down the aisle. Beautiful, elegant, normal. Then it was my turn. My father met me at the entrance, saw the costume. His eyes went wide. Emma, what? Long story. Just walk with me, please. Trust me. He looked at my face, saw my determination, nodded. Okay, let's do this. The doors opened. The music changed to the bridal march, and I stepped into view. The gasps were immediate, audible, shocked. I walked down the aisle, head high, smiling, in a clown costume, with perfect hair and makeup, holding a bouquet of white roses. I saw Patricia in the front row. Her face went from smug to shocked to horrified in 3 seconds. She'd expected me to not show up, to cancel, to cry. She didn't expect me to wear it. Daniel was at the altar. His jaw dropped. Then he started smiling, then laughing. He got it immediately. I reached the altar. My dad kissed my cheek, whispered, "You're incredible," then sat down. I turned to Daniel. He was trying not to laugh. "You look colorful." "Thank you. Your mother has excellent taste in bridal wear." The officiant cleared his throat. "Shall we begin?" "One moment," I said. I turned to face the guests. 80 people, family, friends, Patricia's country club set, all staring. I looked directly at Patricia. Before we start, I want to thank my mother-in-law, Patricia Montgomery. This morning, when I opened my garment bag, I found this beautiful clown costume. She went to such effort to pick it out, to swap the bags, to surprise me on my wedding day, and I thought, what better way to honor her gift than to wear it? So thank you, Patricia, for this, for showing everyone here exactly who you are, and for giving me the opportunity to show everyone exactly who I am. Someone who doesn't need a fancy dress to know her worth, someone who can turn your cruelty into her strength, someone who will marry your son today in a clown costume with more grace than you've shown in a lifetime. The silence was deafening. Patricia's face was purple with rage and humiliation. Daniel's father, Richard, stood up, looked at Patricia, then started clapping. Slowly, others joined. My family, Daniel's sister, friends, even some of Patricia's own friends. The applause built. For me, in a clown costume, standing at the altar, refusing to be broken. The officiant proceeded with the ceremony. Daniel couldn't stop smiling. When it came time for vows, Daniel went first. Emma, when I woke up this morning, I thought I knew what kind of woman I was marrying. But seeing you walk down that aisle in a clown costume with your head held high, I realized I'm marrying someone even more incredible than I knew. You're strong, you're fierce, you're unbreakable, and I'm the luckiest man alive. I promise to always stand beside you, to always defend you, and to always appreciate your ability to turn my mother's sabotage into the most memorable wedding anyone's ever seen. The crowd laughed. I was crying. Happy tears, running down my perfectly made-up face. My turn. Daniel, your mother replaced my wedding dress with a clown costume. She wanted to humiliate me, to break me, to stop this wedding. But here's what she didn't understand. I'm not marrying you for your family's approval. I'm not marrying you for fancy dresses or country club memberships. I'm marrying you because you see me, really see me, and you love me for exactly who I am. Whether I'm in a designer gown or polka dot pants, I choose you, today, tomorrow, forever, in sickness and health, in formal wear and clown costumes. More laughter, more tears. Daniel was crying now too. We exchanged rings. The officiant pronounced us married. Daniel kissed me, and we walked back down the aisle, husband and wife, me in a clown costume, him in a tuxedo, both of us grinning like idiots. The receiving line was surreal. Guests hugged me, complimented my courage, took photos. Everyone wanted a picture with the bride in the clown costume. Patricia tried to leave. Daniel stopped her. Mom, we need to talk. I'm not feeling well. You're not leaving. You're staying. You're facing what you did. She looked around. Everyone was watching. She was trapped. Daniel's father, Richard, pulled her aside. The argument was heated, hushed, but everyone could see. At the reception, I gave a speech. Thank you all for being here, for celebrating with us, and for witnessing the most unusual bridal outfit in Montgomery family history. Some of you are wondering what happened. Here's the truth. My dress was replaced with this costume by someone who wanted to stop this wedding, someone who thought humiliation would break me. But I learned something today. You can't humiliate someone who refuses to be ashamed. You can't break someone who knows their worth. And you can't stop love with a clown costume. So here's to marriage, to love, to strength, and to wearing whatever the hell makes you happy. The crowd cheered, clinked glasses, celebrated. Patricia sat at her table, silent, humiliated, watching her plan backfire spectacularly. After the reception, Daniel and I went to our hotel suite. I finally changed out of the clown costume. I can't believe you did that, Daniel said. I can't believe you actually wore it. What was I supposed to do? Let her win? Cancel the wedding? Cry? Most people would have. I'm not most people. She wanted to prove I didn't belong in your family. I proved I don't need her approval to belong anywhere. He hugged me, tight. I'm so sorry. About my mother. About what she did. It's unforgivable. It is, but I'm not sorry, because now everyone knows who she really is, and everyone knows what I'm made of. They're going to talk about this wedding for years. Good, let them. Let them remember the bride who wore a clown costume and still looked more dignified than the mother-in-law who put her in it. The next morning, Daniel called his mother. Put it on speaker so I could hear. Mom, we need to discuss boundaries. Daniel, I don't know what you're talking about. You replaced Emma's wedding dress with a clown costume. Don't deny it. Everyone knows. I was trying to help. The dress wasn't appropriate. Stop. Just stop lying. You tried to sabotage the wedding. You tried to humiliate Emma. And it backfired, spectacularly. She's turning you against me. No, Mom. You did that yourself. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to apologize to Emma. A real apology, not a fake one. And then you're going to respect our marriage and our boundaries, or you won't be part of our lives. Your choice. You can't do this. Yes, I can. I just did. Think about it. Call me when you're ready to apologize. He hung up. I looked at him. You really meant that? Every word. You're my wife, my family now. She doesn't get to treat you like that. 3 days later, Patricia called, asked to meet, just her and me. I almost said no, but curiosity won. We met at a coffee shop, neutral territory. She looked terrible, tired, older. Emma, I owe you an apology. Yes, you do. I was wrong. What I did was cruel, unforgivable. I tried to sabotage your wedding because I couldn't accept that Daniel chose you over my expectations. Chose me over your control, you mean? She flinched. Yes, that too. Why? Why go that far? Why the clown costume? Because I thought if I humiliated you enough, you'd leave. You'd prove you weren't strong enough for this family. But I was wrong. You're stronger than anyone I've ever met. You turned my cruelty into your victory, and I lost. Completely. This wasn't a competition, Patricia. It was a wedding. Your son's wedding. You turned it into a war. And yes, you lost. But not to me. You lost your son's trust, his respect, your family's respect. Was it worth it? Tears filled her eyes. No, it wasn't. I don't forgive you. Not yet. Maybe not ever. But I'll accept your apology. For Daniel's sake. Not yours. That's fair. And if you ever try something like this again, sabotage, manipulation, cruelty, you'll lose us both. Forever. Understand? I understand. Good. Now here's what's going to happen. You're going to respect my marriage. Respect me. Treat me like family. Not an outsider. Not a threat. Family. Can you do that? She nodded. I'll try. Trying isn't good enough. Either you do it, or you don't see us. Those are the options. I'll do it, I promise. 1 year later, Daniel and I celebrated our first anniversary. We had dinner at the restaurant where we had our first date. Remember last year? He asked. The clown costume? The look on my mom's face? I laughed. How could I forget? The photos went viral. Bride wears clown costume after MIL sabotage. You're famous. Infamous, more like. You inspired people. I get messages all the time. People saying they wish they had your courage, your strength. I just refused to let her win. You did more than that. You showed everyone that grace under pressure isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentically you, even in a clown costume. Patricia had kept her promise. Mostly, she was polite, respectful, distant, but civil. We had dinner with her and Richard once a month, small steps towards something that might eventually resemble a relationship. She'd never fully apologized to everyone at the wedding, never publicly acknowledged what she'd done, but she'd backed off, and that was enough, for now. At our anniversary dinner, Daniel handed me a gift. I opened it. Inside was a framed photo, me, walking down the aisle, in the clown costume, head high, smiling, bouquet in hand. I had it professionally done, he said. I want you to always remember this moment, the moment you chose strength over shame, courage over tears, yourself over everyone's expectations. I looked at the photo, at that ridiculous costume, at my perfect hair and makeup, at the determination in my eyes. I'm hanging this in our house. Really? Absolutely. Let every guest see it. Let them ask the story. Let them know what your mother tried to do and how spectacularly it failed. He grinned. You're still savage. Always will be. 6 months after that, I got pregnant. When we told Patricia, she cried. Happy tears. I'm going to be a grandmother. Yes, I said carefully. And you're going to respect my parenting, my choices, my family, or you won't be part of this child's life. Clear? Crystal clear. I've learned my lesson, Emma. I promise. When our daughter was born, Patricia visited the hospital, brought flowers, a gift. She held the baby with tears streaming down her face. She's beautiful. What's her name? Grace, I said. Grace Emma Montgomery. Because Grace is what got me through your sabotage. Grace is what I showed when I walked down that aisle. And Grace is what I'm choosing to show now by letting you be her grandmother. Patricia looked at me, really looked at me. I don't deserve this, after what I did. No, you don't. But she deserves a grandmother. And Daniel deserves his mother in his child's life. So you get a second chance. Don't waste it. I won't, I promise. Today, my daughter is 3 years old. Patricia is actually a decent grandmother. She's still controlling sometimes, still makes comments, but she respects boundaries, mostly. The clown costume is framed in our living room. Guests always ask about it. And I always tell the story, the whole story. My mother-in-law replaced my wedding dress with a clown costume the morning of my wedding. She wanted to humiliate me, stop the wedding, prove I wasn't good enough for her family. So I wore it, walked down that aisle in polka dot pants and giant shoes, thanked her in front of everyone, married my husband, and showed her that she doesn't get to define me. I define me. People are always amazed. You actually wore it? Every ridiculous inch of it. Because refusing to be ashamed is more powerful than any wedding dress, and choosing yourself is more important than anyone's approval. I'm Emma Montgomery. I'm 29 years old. 3 years ago, my mother-in-law tried to sabotage my wedding, replaced my dress with a clown costume. Thought I'd cancel. Cry, prove her right. Instead, I wore it. Walked down that aisle, thanked her in front of 80 guests, married the love of my life, and showed everyone that cruelty only wins if you let it. She wanted to make me look like a fool. I made her look like the villain. She wanted to break me. I broke her control. She wanted to stop the wedding. I turned it into the most memorable celebration anyone had ever seen. The photos went viral. The story inspired thousands. And I learned something that day. You can't humiliate someone who refuses to be ashamed. You can't break someone who knows their worth. And you can't stop love with a clown costume. Patricia learned that lesson the hard way, in front of everyone she knew, on the day she tried her hardest to hurt me. And me? I learned that sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's grace, strength, and the courage to wear the ridiculous costume life hands you with your head held high. Thank you, Patricia, for the clown costume, for the lesson, for showing me exactly how strong I really am. I wouldn't change a single thing. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support truly means the world to me. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I love reading every single one of them. Each comment inspires me to keep creating stories for you. See you next time.